I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. How much water do you really need? The answer may surprise you. You may have always been told to drink 8 glasses of water a day. That can be fine for many of us in many circumstances, but it could be dangerous for people with heart failure or hormone problems, and excessive water could be deadly for even the healthiest. Really? You may have heard of the woman who competed in a radio contest. Who could drink the most water in a day? She won and died from water intoxication. How is that possible? Our blood has many cells and particles in it. Water does not. Too much water dilutes the blood, and that can damage organs. The Institute of Medicine has updated the guidelines, and that should include coffee, tea, beer, even watery foods. Women, 91 ounces a day. Men, about 125 ounces. Can too much of a good thing be bad for you? Yes, even water. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. What is the strongest muscle in the body? It's not the thigh, the back, the shoulder. Relatively speaking, it's the tongue, really. The tongue can lift 80 times its own weight. Another unusual thing about the tongue, it heals quicker than any other organ in the body. I'll prove it. If someone pierces their tongue and we convince them to remove it, the cut closes on its own in just a few days. Think about it. When you bite your tongue, it hurts like heck and bleeds, but it heals on its own, doesn't it? Useless fact? Maybe, but you can have fun with it, entertain, and impress people. I like paradoxes like this in medicine where something is not at all what it appears, because it stimulates our thinking, our interest in our bodies. That can help make us more aware and help detect problems early, while they are easily treatable and curable. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. Fact or fiction, your teeth may affect your heart. That is a fact. New studies show that infections and inflammation of the teeth or gums may provide a breeding ground for serious problems. Since the mouth has such a rich supply of blood, bacteria can travel from there to the heart. If there's an underlying problem in the heart, like a weak or diseased valve, the risk is even higher. It's very possible for bacteria to land and fester there. That can turn life-threatening and take months to treat. The advice is not as simple as brush and floss every day. It goes beyond that. Get regular checkups and regular cleaning. If you have a heart valve problem, ask your doctor and dentist if you should get preventive antibiotics whenever you have your teeth worked on. It's a simple, safe step that can absolutely prevent bacteria from landing on your heart. If you do notice a change in your gums or teeth, get them checked out. You may protect your heart while you improve your smile. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. H1N1 may be major news this season. One of its major dangers, too many people forget about seasonal flu, which can be more severe and kill thousands every year. Let's go over who needs which vaccine. The seasonal flu vaccine should be given to children 6 months to 4 years. People over 50, all people over 50, pregnant women, people with heart, lung, kidney, or immune problems, and health workers. The H1N1 vaccine should be given to pregnant women, persons who live with or provide care for infants under 6 months, healthcare workers, all people aged 6 months to 24 years, people 25 to 64 years with immune or other underlying medical conditions. It is usually not given to people over 64 because for some reason they don't seem as vulnerable to that flu. Ask your doctor what's right for you. Don't delay. It could save your life. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. What's the most poisonous element in our environment? This will really surprise you. Oxygen. Essential for life, but it also does something that may kill us. Watch this. When we cut an apple open, it quickly turns brown. That's called oxidation. It used to happen to car bumpers. Some scientists believe that oxidation in cells causes free radicals that increase the risk of cancer. That's why we search for the right antioxidants. We tried vitamins A, E, and C, but studies show they may cause more problems than they solve for some people. That doesn't mean the theory is wrong, just that we haven't found the right antioxidants yet. While the search continues, I'm not suggesting you don't breathe. We need oxygen. It's best to get it in green environments where there's less pollution, and avoid new fads where people use 100% oxygen at bars to get lightheaded. We don't know that's bad for you. It's certainly not worth the risk. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. Did you know that a migraine does not always mean a headache? The word migraine by itself refers to a neurological symptom, an aura, a feeling something is wrong, a change in vision, feeling, or strength, or a headache. All arise from the dilated blood vessel. We're not sure why some people get these and others don't. We know they tend to run in families, but not everyone in the family gets them. We know certain things can precipitate them: stress, hormonal changes, weather changes, or allergies. The first step toward preventing them: avoid those things that precipitate them for you. The second, medicines that prevent the blood vessels from dilating. Third, drugs that stop the onset of pain if you take them during the aura. Finally, new safer medicines to treat the pain itself. Most migraines do not cause irreversible problems, but they can be disabling. If you suffer, see a specialist who specializes in migraines. You may be surprised at the results. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. If the mammogram guideline changes have you confused, you're not alone. Let's clear it up. The old guidelines say start at 40 and get one every year. The new guidelines say start at 50 and get one every 2 years. The reason? A woman's breasts are more dense between 40 and 50. So mammograms are not as accurate then, and some women get exposed to unnecessary radiation and biopsies. People who object to the new guidelines say the risk is worth the benefit of lives saved. The American Cancer Society agrees. So here's the bottom line. It's individual. If you have a family or personal history, you may need to start mammograms in your 20s and 30s. If you have no personal or family history or symptoms, you may be able to start at 50. Discuss the risks and benefits with your doctor. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. Do women need hormone replacement or not? And is it safe? The answer depends on which women we're talking about. We used to prescribe hormone replacement, HRT, for most women who reached menopause for hot flashes and other symptoms, and a potential promise the hormone might even prevent cancer. Then came the very large Women's Health Initiative. The results surprising and troubling. So troubling, we stopped the study early because we found that HRT actually increased the risk of breast cancer and heart disease for some women. The bottom line, each woman should be evaluated individually. Experts can check to see if the hormone is risky. If it is, you can search for other alternatives. So each woman should discuss her options and the risks and benefits in the light of her condition with her doctor or a hormonal expert. Don't ever be afraid to get a second, even a third opinion. It's your body. It's your right. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. How does a heart attack really happen, and how can you prevent it? Now, a heart attack is not the same as a cardiac arrest where the heart stops. Heart attacks, or myocardial infarctions, Latin for death of heart cells, happen when blood flow is blocked. This does not happen from cholesterol or fat alone. That can be the first step. When there's no blockage, blood flows freely. When there is fat inside, the blood vessel becomes turbulent, squiggly. As a result, platelets from your blood stick to the fat. That causes a clot. If nothing is done, heart cells can die. One way to reduce the danger for high-risk people is with one baby aspirin a day. That may keep platelets from sticking. But aspirin is not for everyone. It may lead to allergies and bleeding problems for some. So the choice must be made by your doctor, taking your history into account. Whatever your history, don't ever delay treatment if you get chest pain. Don't delay. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. What are the real facts about H1N1? First, it's not swine flu anymore. We call it H1N1 for a reason. Let's go back. The swine flu was probably found first in 1936 when it went pig to pig. We believe it changed, mutated around 1976 when it started going pig to human. Then from 76 to 2009, we saw about 1 case per year of that form. You know what happened in 2009? It changed again to H1N1, spreading human to human and tragically killing a number of people. But here's something you need to know. 90% of people who get H1N1 never know it. They get mild symptoms and recover on their own. The vaccine to prevent it is safe and maybe even more effective than seasonal flu vaccine because we know which virus we're aiming at. Here are the CDC guidelines for the people who need the shot most. Ask your doctor if you need it. There's still time, and it could save your life. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. How can you tell if you've got a cold or the flu? The answer is you often can't. Even doctors are not sure unless we do special tests that take a long time to get back. Here are some hints, though. A flu usually causes some congestion, high fever, aches, and may cause intestinal problems. Colds cause congestion and some aches, but rarely cause high fevers. Treat all symptoms symptomatically at first. Fluids, and if your doctor says they're safe for you, decongestants and antihistamines. And what about acetaminophen and aspirin? Make sure to check the dosage and never give aspirin to a child with the flu. The combination could cause the potentially fatal Reye syndrome. Children get acetaminophen, not aspirin. If symptoms don't improve for anyone in a day or two, see a doctor. If it is the flu, we have medicines that won't cure it, but can prevent complications and speed recovery. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. What should your cholesterol numbers really be? Under 200, under 100, and as high as possible. What do I mean? Under 200 for total cholesterol, under 100 for LDL, bad cholesterol, and as high as possible for HDL, good cholesterol. Now, cholesterol does not tell the whole story. Genes and inflammation may play a role. Some people with low cholesterol die from heart attacks. Some people with high cholesterol never have an attack. But don't bank on those rare lucky or unlucky people. Your risk should be determined by a full checkup. Get the numbers checked. If the numbers are high and you're healthy and eat a good diet and exercise, then over-the-counter supplements may help. When those fail, cholesterol-lowering drugs, statins, can be life-saving. I had bad cholesterol numbers. I don't anymore. These simple steps can save and enhance your life. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. Fact or fiction? Caffeine is definitely bad for you. That is fiction. Caffeine is perfectly safe for most people. It may cause some symptoms and may be risky for a small percentage of people, but studies have consistently shown it's not as bad as you might think. You may have heard horror stories of people getting heart attacks from caffeine. They're not true. It can make you jittery and affect heart rate and blood pressure for some people. That's why some doctors tell certain people and pregnant women to stay away from caffeine. For most others, there's no problem unless it causes symptoms you want to get rid of. If drinking caffeine gives you headaches or makes you jittery, you can't quit. Not cold turkey. That may increase symptoms. Do so slowly. Cut the amount in half the first week, to a quarter the next week, then none by the third. But do it because you don't like the feeling, not because you think it's dangerous. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. Thinning bones. They don't just affect women, they can affect anyone. We all need to take steps to protect ourselves. Some people don't know they have it, and that can be dangerous. The test for thinning bones is a test of bone density that's simple and painless. If the results show your bones are thinning, you can take steps that might reverse it. Initial steps, the same that we suggest for prevention of thinning bones. Make sure to eat foods rich in calcium. Ask your doctor if you need to take supplements as well. You may also need vitamin D. Without it, your body can't use calcium. Now, very few foods contain vitamin D, but some yogurts have it added. And do weight-bearing exercise, something as simple as walking 20 minutes a day. There are now medicines that strengthen thinning bones. You may have heard that they cause side effects and dangers, but they're safe for most of us. Some of them you take daily, some you need only once a month. I'm Dr. Bruce Hensel with your Medical Minute. Fact or fiction, Alzheimer's is a natural consequence of aging. Now that is absolute fiction. Alzheimer's does not occur as we get older naturally. It's a disease, a form of dementia. Now dementia does not mean crazy. It means a loss of short-term memory. There are other causes, thyroid problems, or believe it or not, something as simple as a vitamin deficiency. That's why anyone who thinks he or she has a memory loss should get a full workup by an expert. We can tell if it's dementia, if it's being caused by something simple and treatable. If it's Alzheimer's, we won't be able to cure it, but early detection may lead to treatment that can slow its progression and enrich life. Don't let the feeling of memory loss frighten you. We all lose some concentration as we age. That may be natural, but it's not necessarily Alzheimer's. A visit to the right doctor can ease your mind and provide ways for you to sharpen that focus no matter how old you are.